going to extend the lead. If they're not playing well, they have guys that come off that help them. And opposing teams, they know when you're a 9 or 10 deep team and you're very, very talented.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul. On the wing, George. LeVert defending, and it's George missing.
Decent look from mid-range, but there may have been a better option for them in that set.
LeVert finds Brogdon. And here is Warren. Shot clock at 6. Wide open shot is on the money.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Warriors in San Francisco.
Strong three-point shooter throughout his career. Can't afford to allow Beverly much room from out there.
Here's Brogdon. Passes it to Sabonis. It's not going to go for him. Good work defensively by Morris. In the corner, George with it. Lets it go, and it falls over the rim and in.
It's amazing everything Leonard gives you, including the eyes to find the open man.
Brogdon kicks to Sabonis. Outside Warren. Back to Sabonis.
Come get it, come get it.
Warren against Leonard. Now, here's Warren. He's guarded closer. Sabonis, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Leonard inside. LeVert defending. He gets it in there.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Sabonis. Now, here's Warren. He's coming off a 22-point game against Boston. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Sabonis against Morris.
Not the efficient start they were hoping for. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
And the layup is good.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Beverly against Brogdon. Pass to Warren. Back to Brogdon. Just 5 to shoot. Sabonis against Morris.
Come on.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Brogdon. Good season for him last year. First in free throw percentage. And you look at his three-point field goal percentage. How about top 10 in the league? He did not miss often.
And as you said, the league's best free throw shooter last season. What a tremendous asset, especially in clutch situations. Up top, Ibaka. On the wing, Morris. Outside Leonard. Over Warren. And he overshot that one, missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Brogdon against Beverly. Brogdon the pass to Warren. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Here's Brogdon. Off the mark, and the drought continues. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They went to Indiana for their last meeting with the Pacers and came out with a win.
Well, last time out, they got the win in large part because of the play of their bench, and they provided a lot of the scoring punch.
It's not unusual these days. Teams are more than willing to go deep into that bench to find answers for certain matchups.
First free throw is good. A superstar break for the Los Angeles Clippers and Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Greg, they have two elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Second is Paul George.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took the game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Now, here's Brogdon. No points in the game yet for him. He kicks to Warren. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Beverly. And it's sent back by Turner. Three-pointer, LeVert doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Pass to Beverly. Here's Leonard. He's covered by Warren. Yep, that one goes in there. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Now Brogdon. Here's Sabonis. There's the dish to Warren. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. Greg, you talk about the quiet producers in the league. T.J. Warren is one of the first names that come to mind.
The last few seasons, Warren has come close to chipping in 20 points a game. Doesn't do anything flashy, but he just hits his shots and piles up the points on a nightly basis.
And the first one drops. Opening day, Steve, for some teams it's a fresh start, and for others it's the first step towards settling unfinished business, taking care of what they didn't do the previous season.
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. I think those teams that came very close to maybe winning a championship or being there, those are the guys that are hungry, and those are the organization. They are chomping at the bit to start the season.
Both free throws good from Warren. And truly some significant roster changes for the Pacers this past summer.
Jeremy Lamb, Malcolm Brogdon, T.J. Warren. They've gotten younger and gotten better as well, if you ask me. Excellent work by the Pacers front office.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Los Angeles shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And he knocks down the first one. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
The pass to Brogdon. Sabonis. Left side, Turner. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 15-5 run here. Out to Morris, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. We talked about how they'll match up with Karis LeVert. Coach said his slashing ability is what stands out. We've got to keep him in front of us and force him to make perimeter shots. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Sabonis with the bucket.
High percentage look. This is what your offense is designed to do.
Beverly against Brogdon. Outside, George. From downtown, Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in this game. And again, the turnover by the Pacers.
And looking now at some numbers for Sabonis. Coming off a terrific season. Put up about 14 points per, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Also, he needs to avoid distractions on the court and off the court. Just focus on the job at hand.
Now Leonard. Paul George missing from long range. Nice D from Sabonis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Beverly with the ball. Pass to Morris. George looking around. Good work defensively by Turner.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Indiana moving it around. Inside. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
Check in for LeVert.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Paul George. Great showing for him last season. First in steals. And, of course, one of the game's truly elite scorers with the 2nd most points per game in the league.
And as you said, first in steals last season. You have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close. Now, here's Beverly. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. Pacers trail by 4. Brogdon outside. Pass to Sabonis. Outside Warren. Clock at 6. Here's Brogdon. And Turner kicks to Brogdon. Outside Warren. And here's Sabonis. He's coming off a 28-point game against Boston.
And it wasn't just the scoring. He also impacted the game on the glass. Terrific all-around effort.
Now here's Beverly after Jeremy Lamb's miss. And the pass to Leonard. Trying to get something going, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Rebound by the Clippers.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen. And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Brogdon finds Sabonis. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's foul number 2 for him.
The question is, do you leave him in? Obviously, you don't want him to pick up a third foul this early.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Brogdon. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 6 on the shot clock. Warren, the pass to Sabonis. Turner. No good. Good work defensively by Ibaka. To the middle, here's Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. That's 10 points for Kawhi Leonard.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Beverly against Brogdon. Stolen by Beverly. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Such a hounding defender. Beverly timing the steal and initiating the break.
And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. It's a 10-point game. Passes it to Sabonis. Scores for only the second time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
Beverly against Brogdon. Now here's Beverly. Tight defense on him. Indiana's gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Pass to Sabonis. Poke loose. Paul George with the steal. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And that one's good. Beverly.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Pacers trail by 10. 1:15 left to play here in the first. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
Turner no good on the free throw. And the stretch center in demand. For Miles Turner, Greg, how does he take that next step as a player?
Getting stronger. And continuing to improve his recognition and communication at both ends of the floor.
Los Angeles leading by 10. Here's George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got his second bucket tonight.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Brogdon kicks to Sabonis. George against Warren. Back to Sabonis. He dishes it to Warren. Over George. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Looking at the last game for the Indiana Pacers, it was a loss to the Celtics. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Wide open. The rebound by Turner.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Trying to attack the heart of that defense with great teamwork.
The Pacers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
One shot.
Free throw good. Sabonis. There's 14 seconds left here in the opening quarter. George against Lamb. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Jeremy Lamb. The Clippers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First free throw is good. And George drops them both. Here's Warren.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And we'll be right back after this. Paul George had that nasty broken leg back in 2014. He describes what inspired him to come back even stronger.
My inspiration really came from my mother. You know, her dealing with stroke, her dealing with really being down and out. You know, I saw her fight back. That was enough for me. In my darkest days, I knew it was nothing to what my mom went through, and she came out perfectly fine. So.
Well, what a story. George worked hard to get back and is not disappointed in his return.
You know, recovering from a devastating injury is never easy, but George's perspective and commitment helped him to overcome it.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
McConnell and Lamb in the backcourt. Sabonis is out there with Leaf, and it's McDermott in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Pacers' 5. Now here's McDermott. Paul George with the steal. And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. Off on the layup.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Now here's Lamb. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Sabonis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by George. Elbow shot. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Leonard's got the lead up to 13 now for the Clippers. Now here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. And the rejection by Zubats. And they get it back.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Now, here's George. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Here's Leonard. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Lamb. Pacers trail by 13. In the corner, it's Sabonis. 5 to shoot. Here's Lamb. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Kawhi Leonard. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 26 points a game last year, 7 rebounds and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Because he gives you someone to build your offense around. You can count on his nightly production.
Jackson passes to George. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. George has got 10 points.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
McConnell drills the three-pointer. McConnell's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
The defense decides to gamble off him, and he cashes in.
Down low, here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Leaf kicks to Lamb. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You feel like Jeremy Lamb has been in the league forever, mostly known for being a piece in the Harden trade when he left OKC, but Lamb is coming to his own the last few years.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Lamb. And Jeremy Lamb, you feel like, Greg, he could be kind of a late bloomer.
The improvement he's shown the last few seasons has been huge. Much more comfortable as a scorer, and the defense has picked up for him as well.
And Lamb drops them both. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Jackson passes to Zubac. And there's the foul. It'll go on T.J. McConnell. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Jackson. His last outing, 16 points for him. Now Zubac. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Sabonis grabs the board. And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. And Lamb kicks to McConnell. Back to Lamb. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Clippers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Nobody near George. Here's Zubac. No good that time. Nice D from Sabonis. To the inside. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Steve, we've heard Commissioner Adam Silver broach the idea of a mid-season tournament. How that would be structured, I don't know. But do you think that could possibly work?
You know, I think it's a possibility, Kevin. One, I think you definitely have to have the season shortened to 75 games, 68 games. I think you have to do it on the back end of the All-Star break because we know so much as far as the calendar. When can you fit this in? Maybe 3 or 4 days after the All-Star game during that week. Expand that time off of maybe 3 or 4 days. It's possible.
The first one falls.
He's in attack mode, drawing contact now, getting to the line, something he didn't do at all in the first quarter.
Both good from the line that time.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Here's Leonard. A 23-point game for him in the win against Golden State.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Now here's McDermott. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Now the pass to Sabonis. McConnell kicks to Sabonis. Leonard against Lamb. And there's the feed to McDermott. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Los Angeles leading by 8. George with the ball. 10 points for him. And George with the stuff.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Now, here's McConnell, and the call will be against Luke Kennard. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
Sabonis against Zubac. Sabonis inside. He has 7. It doesn't go for him. To the paint. Here's Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And now it's a 12-point Clipper lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Passes it to Lamb. A three-pointer is right on target. Lamb's got 7 now in this quarter.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Here's Jackson. The Pacers pull it in. Sabonis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And here's McDermott. Pass to McConnell. Shot clock at 5. Leaf. That shot off.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
A 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Leaf. T.J. Warren comes in for McDermott. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Lamb. Now, here's McConnell. Pass to LeVert for the 3. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. LeVert's got his first 3 points of the game. And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Now, here's LeVert. He's coming off a 22-point game against Boston. McConnell passes to Turner. And the shot is long.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
The drive by Jackson, and he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 7 points for the quarter.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Now, here's McConnell. To the left wing. Feeds it to Warren. The pass to McConnell. Three-pointer. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Jackson kicks to Leonard. George passes to Morris. And Morris throws it down.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Now, here's McConnell, guarded by Jackson. Three-pointer, LeVert. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Jackson. He's off on that one, and Indiana will come the other way. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Zubac after the basket by Sabonis. Now Zubac. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. LeVert grabs the miss. Pacers trail by 13. Inside, McConnell. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
Down low, here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's McConnell. He's got 5. Here's Sabonis. Over Morris. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Sabonis.
And just using the natural advantage he has, he can see over the top of the defense.
And let's also add, he has touch from there. That's a solid shot for him.
Back to Jackson. Outside, George. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Here's Morris. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Paul George with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, we know Leonard's an elite two-way machine, but there he shows us the artistry.
And so it's McConnell with it. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Trailing by 13. Here's Sabonis. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Morris. And here's George for 3. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Now, here's McConnell. 5 points in the game. George against LeVert. Back to McConnell. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity, and Turner with the lay-in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now here's Jackson. He's covered closely. "17-foot shot on the way. And the first half is now in the books. Clippers lead by 14. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus at that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
What you like about Kawhi Leonard, efficient in everything he does. Rarely does he take an extra dribble, doesn't take bad shots. and he passes in the right position to make the play.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And, you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Ooh, that first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's George in at the shooting guard.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game. Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
Passes to Warren. Knocked loose, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Warren. And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Number 1, Miles Turner.
It happened so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down as another block.
Now, here is George. 17-point lead, their biggest. Let's go. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And so Indiana again turning it over. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Saturday, they'll head out on the road to face the 76ers in Philadelphia. And then on Wednesday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Ibaka down low. He's guarded by Brogdon. The shot's good.
When you have someone with Ibaka's size and coordination, it's a crime not to get him some looks inside.
LeVert kicks to Turner. Brogdon against Beverley. Back to Turner. Warren the pass to Sabonis. Count that one. Sabonis has got 13.
He's doing what he can do to pull them closer, but it's not enough. He needs more help.
Beverley feeling it out a bit. And it's George finishing it off.
When Beverley concentrates on passing, he makes his team better. Superb at getting passes over to his guys.
Brogdon against Beverley. Pass to Sabonis. Kicks to Warren. Knocks it loose. Great D that time from Leonard. Clippers leading by 19 points. Fires from the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 6 assists in the game.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
Now, here's Brogdon. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Brogdon against Beverley. And Malcolm Brogdon good for 3. Brogdon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Brogdon! And here's Beverley. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. And it's sent back by Turner. Pass to LeVert. Warren kicks to LeVert. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Brogdon. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender. Right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
Now, here's Warren. He has 7. The pass to LeVert. It's Brogdon on the wing. And it's sent back by Morris.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
No problems knocking that one down. Beverly's got 11 points.
Well, they've won the battle of transition buckets, and those easy points have helped them build this lead.
It's such an advantage when you can get out and run and get a good look before the defense can set up.
LeVert finds Turner. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And it's George finishing it off.
He's a high-energy forward with great length. Surge forcing the turnover and making it happen.
Brogdon with it. Passes it to Sabonis. It's Turner, high post. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Leonard. Pacers with the rebound. Here's Brogdon, and he banks in the layup. Brogdon's got 5 points in the quarter.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
And Beverly kicks to Morris. Pass to George. George double teamed. Back to Beverly. There's the pass to Morris. To the inside. And George with the stuff.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
The Clippers have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. Indiana making some changes. McDermott's checked in for Sabonis. Justin Holiday comes in for T.J. Warren. And it's Lamb in there for Karis LeVert. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Kennard's checked in. And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, it's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with the shell toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay.
Took him no time at all on that one. Beverly's got 9 points here in the second half.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
At the top of the key, Turner. Rebound by the Clippers. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here's Brogdon. He has 5. Holiday looking over the floor. On the wing, Lamb. It's Turner, high post. And count it from 19 feet away. Turner's got 4 this quarter. Los Angeles has gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Passes it to Kennard. Up top, Ibaka. 4 on the shot clock. From deep. The rebound by Turner.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Brogdon against Beverly. Pass to George. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And for Serge nowadays, most of his offense comes from beyond the arc or at the rim.
Brogdon against Beverly. Now here's Lamb. Not a lot of room. He kicks it to Holiday. Over George. And Holiday with the basket on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. Holiday's got his first 2 points.
Maybe not the most dynamic player off the dribble, but Justin looks good when he's being fed.
Here's George. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far.
One shot.
The Pacers have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
For Beverly. Last season's performance for him, he was around 7 points per, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause. That's his 4th foul of the evening. He needs to be careful now. Pick and choose where to be aggressive.
Clippers on defense, and there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Brogdon. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. 9 points for Malcolm Brogdon.
A tough first half, but it's been a different story here since the break.
Well, guys, Brogdon not a player that turns heads, but man, is he an efficient threat on the floor.
And he's been a great three-point shooter really since his rookie year. His field goal percentage continues to climb and has evolved into one of the best free throw shooters in the game.
Here's Brogdon following the basket by Marcus Morris. Back to Lamb. Kennard with the rebound. Los Angeles has gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Morris, no good. And Brogdon has got the ball here for the Indiana Pacers. And George gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's McDermott to the inside. Lamb. Turner trying to free himself up.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Los Angeles has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And that one's good. Beverly's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Pass to Holiday. McDermott with it, defended by George. McDermott passes to Lamb. 5 on the clock. Lamb missing again.
He can't get anything to fall this quarter, and obviously that's dragging the whole team down.
Here's Beverly. The rebound by Brogdon. The Pacers shooting 47% from the field in the third. And Holiday kicks to Brogdon. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. Got a hefty deal from Indiana to leave the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
First one falls for him. Leaf checked in for the Pacers. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Rajon Rondo is checked in for George. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
Here's Lamb, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Up top, Brogdon. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Leaf. And that one hits back iron. Los Angeles has gone 6 of 8 on 3-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Morris with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Brogdon the pass to Leaf. There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Brogdon. Some solid defense from Ibaka. Los Angeles has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Count it. Beverly's got 20 points.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Rondo against Brogdon. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. From deep 3-point range, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And so it's Los Angeles, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back right after this. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for Indiana, Leaf is out there with McDermott, and it's Holiday in at the two-guard spot. And Indiana shooting a meager 37% for the game. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Now, Doug McDermott is best known for that, a sharp shooting big from the outside.
The Clippers shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. And here's Rondo. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's Zubac. Back to Jackson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
And Holiday kicks to McDermott. And there's the pass to Bitadze. Outside Holiday. Clock at 4. And the rejection by Jackson. Bitadze can't hit. Floats one. Here's Shamet. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Holiday, the pass to Leaf. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Rajon Rondo. Some players out there are either loved or hated by the fans. There's no in between, Smitty. But when you take a look at divisive players in the league, who pops into your head?
Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, LeBron James. There's some people who love him, and there's some people that hate him.
Sure.
Joel Embiid is starting to creep into that conversation. Those are some of the guys some people love him and some people hate him.
That free throw, no good. We always see these sponsorship patches on these uniforms now, Steve. This is the 3rd and final year of the test run. I think it's here to stay. What do you think?
I do, too. I think the numbers have also coincided that it's here to stay. I think also the revenue. I think people love it, and I think the sponsorship helps.
And he sinks the second. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Zubac kicks to Rondo. Anderson passes to Zubac. Rondo with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And it's slammed in by Holiday.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
Rondo dishes to Jackson. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the dunk by Zubac.
And if you're the defender, you have to respect the ability of Jackson to finish. That opens things up for the assist.
Holiday finds McDermott. Here's Leaf. Passes it to Holiday. Fires it up. Can't hit that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. To the paint. Here's Jackson. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to McDermott. And players now, Steve, more able to dictate where they want to play. How has free agency changed since you came into the NBA?
I think the signing of shorter contracts, Kevin, guys with player options. And then I think also for a lot of players, they're not taking as much money, leaving money on the table because the endorsement deals off the court is making up for some of their money on the court.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Holiday, the pass to Holiday. Over Rondo. Holiday with another miss.
Oh, just everything right about that crossover. Just didn't have anything left there for the finish.
Now, here's Shamet. Here's Jackson. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Now here's Rondo. Shamet on the wing. Inside, here's Jackson. He can't get that one to fall. Holiday with the defensive effort. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Leaf. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he makes the first. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
Well, Ivica Zubac may not block a lot of shots, but Smitty, he is still a solid defender.
What Zubac does is a great job of challenging players at the rim and provides great help from the weak side. He does rack up a lot of defensive fouls, but hopefully that decreases with time.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Zubac. You know, Smitty, the NBA more active now in developing players before they enter the NBA. Not just the fundamentals, but the values of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. The league has been taking a hands-on approach. There's nothing wrong with teaching the next generation life lessons about the sport and through the sport. That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Now Jackson. Smitty, with players like Curry and Lillard taking such high difficulty shots from deep, deep range. I mean, these are just amazing. Some have said that it's hurting the game and that kids will try to emulate it. What do you think about that?
You know, Kevin, I think it is to some point, and to this point where so many kids now at a younger age are shooting the three ball from so deep. I would love for a lot of these guys to be able to show the work they put in, and then those kids try to emulate that.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Holiday, the pass to Leaf. Outside Holiday. With the teardrop, and it's good on the lay-in. Holiday's got 6 in the quarter.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Pass to Zubac.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. Indiana on D. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a scorer than a playmaker.
And that's okay, as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And so Jackson nails both of them. And for the last half-decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Now here is Holiday with the floater. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
To the left side wing. Outside Jackson. You know, Smitty, Commissioner Adam Silver has been outspoken in saying there will be a female NBA head coach, and he says it's on him to help it happen sooner than later. And, Steve, we already see many women in various categories in the NBA all over the league right now.
So true, Kevin. I love the diversity, and it's much needed in our league. And I would say Adam Silver has done a great job of taking us in that direction.
Now here's Rondo. Dishes it to Patterson. Jackson against Holiday. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And playing with the lead, you can see they're making a much more concerted effort to work the ball inside here in the second half.
One shot.
That's good from Jackson.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Holiday, the pass to Leaf. Holiday looking for an opening. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Patrick Patterson. I saw this the other day, Steve. The NBA now helping to create the Basketball Africa League. 12 teams from across that terrific continent. I think it's pretty exciting.
It is. This is an incredible story. Great for the sport and great for the people of Africa.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Holiday. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
What passion from Rondo on that drive. Just relentless on how he takes it straight to the defense.
Sumner passes to Bitadze. Here's Sumner. He's covered by Rondo. And Sumner gets it to go.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Holiday against Rondo. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Obviously, Rondo's main priority is to dish the rock. When you're open, he'll get it to you.
Holiday against Rondo. Holiday goes in. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Rondo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Smitty, for players, social media can build their brands and they can engage their fans, but there are some downsides.
Yes, it is, Kevin. I mean, it's a fantastic tool, like you said, for endorsement and bringing those fans into your home or into your life. But the downside, people can see some things they don't want to see, and also you can regret posting a lot of things.
I think, yeah, sometimes people do regret hitting that send button, so yeah, they got to be careful. You're right. Marcus Morris has checked in for Jackson. And so Rondo hits both free throws.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for two. And that one misses. Good on the second free throw. Steve, for players, success brings so many opportunities, but sometimes the glitz and the glamour and the lifestyle get in the way of success on the basketball court.
You know it does, Kevin. A lot of these guys have a lot of things going off the court, and you want to encourage that. It's just when anything off the court starts to affect on the court, then it becomes a problem. Some guys can handle it from the beginning. Others need to mature before they can find that balance.
McDermott's checked in for Justin Holiday. Holiday against Rondo. Down low, here's O'Quinn, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And so O'Quinn nails both of them. Indiana's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Indiana moving it around. Outside Holiday. There's the pass to McDermott. Pulls it up. Indiana again missing. Here's Sumner. He's covered by Shamet. Pass to Bitadze. Steve, it seems like criticism of NBA officials is reaching a very interesting level. We see players, coaches, and and now even executives confronting these officials over their calls.
You know, I know we love the word transparency, but I think also for these referees, because of technology as well, we're seeing these players from so many different angles, and we want to talk about it. We're coaches and executives and players are the plays they miss, and I think that's what we're putting too much energy in.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for George.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Clock at 6. Here's Sumner. Patterson defending, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here now the Clippers. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Shamet. There's the dish to Rondo. Pass to Cabangeli. Here's Shamet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it. The shot off that time. So the Clippers winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where is your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.